Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the West Rockhill Township Board of Supervisors reorganization meeting for January 4th, 2021. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, at this point, we will begin our reorganization process. At this time, I'll open the floor for reorganization of the Board of Supervisors officers. I make a motion to appoint David Collingwood, Chairman of the West Rockhill Township Board of Supervisors for calendar year 2021. Do I have a second?
I'll make that second, David Collingwood.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? I'm sorry. At this point, it should have been different. We need to start that over. We cannot do that yet. We need to we need to appoint a supervisor pro tem. That was my error. So I will make a motion to appoint a supervisor pro tem, excuse me, for the duration of appointing the Board of Supervisors chairman. Do I have a second on that?
Who is that motion to be made for?
Oh, I guess I'll make it for you, David.
I will second that.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Nay, or any opposed?
I'm opposed.
Okay. The motion passes. David, I move that over to you for further. You can now.
Fine. The first.
Stop a minute.
The question.
Yep. Can I ask a question, Mr. Chairman?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. After you did the Pledge of Allegiance, shouldn't you have had asked for public comment on agenda items, and then there was announcements number 2 before we went into resolution? I'm not saying that it matters. I was just seeing that on our agenda.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't feel that. I don't believe this is part of the actual agenda because the resolution itself covers the entire reorganization. This is just appointing the chairman and vice chair.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so David, as the chair pro tem, would you like to open the floor for?
Yeah, the first order of business would be to open the floor for a motion to elect a chairman of the Board of Supervisors for 2021. So I will look for that motion.
Okay, I will make a motion to appoint David Collingwood, chairman of the Board of Supervisors for 2021.
And I would ask for a second to that motion from Mr. Miller.
That was me that made it.
Right.
Oh, the motion from me. I'm sorry, the motion from me. Go ahead.
And if I hear none, I will second that motion.
Okay.
And I will ask for discussion. There's no discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed say
Aye.
Thank you. The second order of business would be to open the floor for a motion to elect a vice chairman of the Board of Supervisors for 2021. And I would like to make that motion. I would like to make a motion that person be Mr. Miller. And then I will ask for a second.
I will second it.
Are there any discussion? If not, I will ask for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Aye.
Thank you. The next order of business now would be to go to public comment on agenda items. If so, please name your state or state your name and your address. Any comments? Mr. Manager, have any comments?
There are no email comments.
Thank you. Then we can move on to announcements. The only one I'm aware of is there's no executive session this evening, not prior to or post reorganization meeting. Anyone else have any announcements?
I have none.
Mr. Lippincott?
I don't have any.
Thank you. Then we'll move on to Resolution 2021-01, which is the West Rockhill Township, Bucks County, Pennsylvania, reappointment modifications to appointments or appointments in the status of existing appointments for 2021. Before I ask for a motion to approve that resolution, I'll ask Mr. Lippincott if he would like to highlight any changes to that Resolution 2021-01.
Well, there are a couple items. The first item is there's a change in representatives to the Park and Rec, making Jay Kaiser the representative to the Park and Rec and making David Collingwood the alternate. There is also the change of the IRS to 56 cents per mile reimbursement. And there's also the getting rid of the 2 election days as holidays and replacing them as Martin Luther King Day and Veterans Day as holidays. There is also in this resolution, it kept the same appointments as chairman, vice chairman, and member in that resolution, which is different than what you just did.
So our motion would be to approve that resolution with the changes made this evening and with the changes that you already highlighted, correct?
Correct.
So that said, I will look for a motion to approve Resolution 2021-01, reorganization.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Was there a second to that motion? I will second that motion. Is there discussion? Then I'll put it for a vote. All those in favor of the reorganization resolution 2021 being approved signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
Hey,
Thank you. Next order of business would be resolution 2021-02, the schedule of fees and changes. Before we put it up for a motion for approval, I would like to ask Mr. Lippincott if he would highlight changes to the schedules and fees.
The only schedule that is changed is the year. Other than that, it's exactly the same as the year before. No changes.
Thank you. With that said, I'll look for a motion to approve resolution 2021-02, schedule of fees and changes.
I'll make that motion.
sorry, I'll second it.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Thank you, Mr. Kaiser. Any discussion? Anything from Mr. Lippincott from the public?
No emails.
All right, thank you. So therefore, all those in favor of approving resolution 2021-02, schedule of fees and changes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Then it's approved. Thank you. Well, let's go to other business. The first one being the PSTAT's annual conference and registration. I guess we need to make a motion to support that conference and pay registration for those who would like to attend.
Yeah, it's just a reminder. Every year we get the applications. If any of the Board of Supervisors want to attend, we have packet information for you at the Township building. I do not need a motion. It's just a reminder.
Okay, fine.
All the board members are available to go to this conference. It's part of the second class Township Code.
Thank you. We'll let the minutes show that. Next item, I do believe we need a motion for is the authorization to advertise the sale of the 2007 GMC truck, which was done previously. And I believe the highest bidder backed out, and
The second highest bidder backed out too.
okay. So what happened to the first bidder, the highest bidder?
The first bidder was from the state of Maryland. They bid it. They wanted to buy it. However, new state policy does not allow them to buy it. So they backed out. The second low bidder was $100 less. I offered it to the next low bidder. He responded with an offer then of $3,000 less. Since it wasn't the second low bid, the Board of Supervisors have to authorize it to be rebid again.
So thank you for that clarification. So we need a motion for that, Mr. Lippincott, correct?
Correct. Just a motion to put it up for advertisement again.
So I'm looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to put the 2007 GMC truck up for rebid.
Thank you. There'll be a second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Thank you, Mr. Kaiser. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? There you go, Mr. Lippincott. Do your job. All right. The next issue or item would be number 6. Item number 6, public comment. Please state your name and address. Mr. Lippincott, do we have anyone from the public?
No, there has been none.
Okay. Anyone else who's present this evening have any comments? Okay, with that, I'll look for a motion to adjourn. And before I do that, just know that the next meeting of the Board of Supervisors will be on January 20th, 2021 at 7 p.m. and it will be online. So I'll look for a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Mr. Kaiser. All those are in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Thank you. Be well, people, and be safe. And thank you very much for attending.
Thank you.
Good night. Happy New Year.